Hi there, and welcome back to Derriere Farms with me, Farmer Jay. Well, for those of you that do not know yet, patch 1.3 went live earlier today, as did free content update number 2. We will do a separate video covering patch 1.3 as there is a lot to cover. But in the meantime, I thought we would look at the content update number 2. Now, if you haven't watched my video on what's been announced as part of the first DLC, let's just put it this way. I would have much rather had them give us for free those silly little micro tractors and had content update number 2 as the first DLC, as it contains much more useful equipment. Anyway, let's get going. So the first one, I guess I don't need to unfold it because that just it's fulfilling. Anyway, the first piece of equipment is the Plöger AT 5104 LNMS. I have it in slurry mode here. It's already cultivated, so it's not going to slurry, but it will start slurrying again. Where's it going? Here. Okay. Yeah, you can either attach just a plain slurry spreader to it, or you can attach the cultivator to it. Plogger, let's go and have a look at that in the store. It's under slurry tankers, hit combinations, and you can see the 2 attachments it will take. We're using this one. No, we're not. Are we using this one? Yes, the cultivator. I was going to use just the slurry spreader, but I went with a cultivator instead because, well, of the field I chose to use. The vehicle itself pretty much comes, what you see is what you get. It's got a nice detailed cab with lots of bouncing because it's working on a plowed field. And I don't believe there's much else we can change. 550 horsepower engine, which is plenty. 24 miles an hour. It's a little bit let down in my opinion by the fact that it only holds 22 cubic meters or 22,000 liters of slurry or digestate. 23.1 tons makes it a heavy mother, and it's got a working speed of 12 miles an hour depending on the attachment you have. See, we're limited to 10 because we're using the cultivator. So, and it also comes with the ability, if I dismiss the worker, we can set it to do double application rate. I don't want to do that because I am going to be fertilizing this field again when I go ahead and plant it. While we're on the subject of slurry or digestate spreaders, let's have a look at the Kotte PQ32000. It holds 32 cubic meters or 32,000, hence its name, liters of slurry or digestate. I was going to take the slurry from the pig barn to the biogas plant, but I figured, might as well use this for demonstration purposes. This one I have the slurry applicator attached to as opposed to the cultivator. Yes, I keep my spare bales for my sheep beside the pen. Means I don't have to go far. All I need to do is drive the tractor around with a front end loader and Bob's your uncle. Actually, Bob is my uncle, but I think everyone has an Uncle Bob, don't they? Okay, we're here. So let's start unfolding this beast. It says it requires 350 horsepower to pull this. Sure, on flat land maybe, but this is my 8R with 458, and as you can see, it didn't particularly like that hill. Give me 1 second to get lined up. Alright, there we go. So we will set it on its merry way. I don't need to again do double application rate because Grassfield already has one application rate on it. And there we go. Spreading slurry at a rather rapid rate. I have plenty more slurry so I can go get the truck if I need to. But anyway, that's a look at the Kotte PQ32000. In terms of the other sprayer slash spreader that comes in the game, it is the HARDI Delta Force. Which one is it? 4000. Ah, 2733. So it's got 3 different working widths in terms of sprayer wings. You can change your wheel brands between all the major manufacturers. I kind of like the Trelleborg because they are definitely narrow tires, even though all the rest are listed as narrow. So they should not do any crop destruction. It holds 4,000 liters versus its big brother, which holds 4,500. Alright, next but not least, we have the Fent Ideal. I believe this one is the 8PL that I chose. We'll go over both of them in the store. I just wanted to see this one working. I don't have anywhere on this map where it's good. Apparently the head floats left and right. You can kind of see it a little bit there. Working independently. Yep, there we go. So it goes left and right. So it's to accommodate hilly terrain. Let's take a look at these two in the store. Like I said, I'm not going to cover both of them in the field because, well, essentially they're the same thing. Just one is Fent branded, Fent Ideal, and the other one is Massey Ferguson. So you have a choice between engines at 451, 538, and 647. Goodness knows why you would need a 647 horsepower engine on this unless it will take a bigger header than is recommended. It ships in game with the Massey Ferguson PowerFlow 30 foot. Exactly the same thing as the Fent Ideal. Yep, 7 standard tires, wheel setups 451, 647. Combination, yeah, Fent 30 foot PowerFlow. So they both have, it's essentially the same combine. It's just manufactured or branded by Fent under the Massey Ferguson name for those traditionalists that like the Massey Ferguson name. I prefer the Massey name over Fent Ideal, but that's just me. And finally, we have the, I never know how to pronounce this, the Krampe Big Body 750S trailer. I particularly like the fact that they gave the option, instead of just plain red, of having, kind of like they did with the Profiliner, the chrome logos on that they have Michelin sponsoring this one. I was going to put BKT tires on this, but it just seemed wrong to use the Michelin logo with BKT tires. It's definitely a nice looking trailer. And I have a couple of trailers that I'm using now to feed the animals that I will probably upgrade to this. Go, combine's gonna go on his merry way, and we can go and dump this. Well, we can wait for him to fill up again and then unload, because we're only at 25%. Let's take a look at this in the store. There we are. Krampe quality on wheels, big body, 750S, $35,500. Weighs 7 tons. And by default, it comes with the extension, I believe. Okay. So the extension automatically comes when you are in the Michelin Agritechnica Special logoing and color. Like I said, you can choose BKT tires if you want to. It just seems wrong when you have the Michelin man standing on the side of the tractor. But if we go to the standard colors, we can save ourselves $15,000. But we also reduce the capacity to 20,000 liters or 20 cubic meters. Doesn't tell you what the colors are, but obviously we have red, green. I don't think that's a Fent green. Don't know what it is. Black kind of goes with the Fent Ideal combine, and then plain white. If I'm going to go with white, I am definitely going with the Michelin Agritechnica Special. So anyway, let's check on our combine. Well, actually, let's check and see how he seems to have run afoul. I hate this field. throws all sorts of pieces of, I gotta either straighten out the end or do something, because it throws all sorts of pieces of equipment for a loop. Just the AI is supposed to be smarter. That's one of the features that we're going to cover in patch 1.3, but it just demonstrated to me that it is no smarter than it was before. So that's a look at the equipment from the free content update number 2. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what your favorite vehicle is and whether you would have preferred this. Well, that's an unfair question, because I'll just leave it as my personal opinion is this would have been better value as paid content than 10 tractors with less than 100 horsepower each, from a brand I've never even heard of. Thanks for watching, and we will see you when we go through the complete list of bug fixes.